Welcome to On the Prowl, Everything Okay with Matthew Tkachuk, episode 20. I'm your host, Bill. Thank you for hanging in there last week. I was unable to record a podcast as I was suffering from upper respiratory infection. I am quite a bit better. However, my voice still isn't there yet. So this is going to be an abbreviated podcast. The past couple of games, everybody has been talking about Matthew Tkachuk, and a lot of that has not been in a very positive light. What I thought I'd like to do would be to take a look at these two games, what transpired, and some of my thoughts. First of all, I want to go ahead and show you the game-winning goal for the Carolina Hurricanes against the Panthers from Thursday night. So let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Cleared ahead, Martinuk looking in front, the feed, Kotkaniemi goes down, slides into Bobrovsky.
Look out.
No whistle, and Bobrovsky's got to make the save, and then the shot. And they score!
They refuse to blow the whistle.
And Carolina's got the lead. Well, that's just a strange-looking play right there.
By Carolina, out in front. There's the collision. And the play continues. Bobrovsky makes the save, and then he couldn't make the second save.
He was looking back. I think he thought he was waiting for the whistle, but it never came. The net was not dislodged. We'll get an announcement from the official here.
Now, there's been a lot of discussion about goaltender interference on this and the whistle not blowing, but I wanted to focus on Matthew Tkachuk. He was holding the Canes player down in the crease, and the referee noted that. Now, the clip doesn't show that, but as I watched the game live, the referee did point that out, that he was holding him down in the crease, which obviously, that was not a very wise thing on his decision to do that. However, the Hurricanes player did not make any effort to get up after Tkachuk got off of him. Now, let's go ahead and play the clip from the Penguins game.
Less than a couple minutes, Tkachuk will be back after serving his 10-minute misconduct.
Panthers win the faceoff. Polinskas hammers it into the Pittsburgh zone. Samoskevich quickly gets in on the forecheck. Boquist, Bennett, one-timer, never got it. Tkachuk able to track it down. Here's Bennett up to the point. Adam Boquist moves in, sets up for Hagee. There's the shot, score! Tkachuk, ka-ching! Tipped home, and the Panthers have the lead.
Now, as you can see, Matthew Tkachuk was in the penalty box for 10-minute unsportsmanlike misconduct, and that was from him talking back to the referees during the Penguins game. Now, an item of note here, the officials for the Hurricanes game and the officials for the Penguins game, I believe they were all, with the exception of maybe one, were the same officials. So, and it seemed like there was a lot of contention with the Panthers on both games with the officials. Now, as you can see, after he served his 10-minute misconduct, he was back out on the ice and he scored a goal to get the Panthers the lead at that time. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I know Twitterverse or Xverse was all up in arms, and rightly so. I mean, he was wrong in both these instances. And on Thursday's game with holding the Canes player down in the crease and then talking back to the officials, that's going to happen. And these officials seem to have an extra eye out for the Panthers. They were calling them, there was a lot of double minors called at the on the Panthers for high sticking that game. So it kind of seemed like they had an extra eye out for penalties for the Panthers. So usually when that kind of thing happens, you want to steer clear of these officials. You don't want to have anything to do with them. And even though, they're making atrocious calls, you just let it go. You just don't worry about it. Well, Matthew Tkachuk is being Matthew Tkachuk, and, he stirred the pot up during the Penguins game. With all that being said, though, you want Matthew Tkachuk playing with an edge. He's at his best when he's playing with an edge. Is he going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Barkov makes mistakes. Reinhart makes mistakes. Bennett makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But you know what? You want Tkachuk playing with that edge. That's when he's at his best. And also, to remember this, we're still in the midst of the regular season. We haven't even reached the halfway point in terms of the number of games that have been played yet. So you want them to peak at the right time. And it's a good indication that Matthew Tkachuk is dialed into the game. Do you want this to happen game in and game out? No, you don't want it. You don't want him to make mistakes like that, and he won't. And it was uncharacteristic of him back-to-back games like that to make these kind of mistakes. But on the other hand, you have to give it to him because he's trying to fire his team back up as well too. So he needs to find a balance with that. But all in all, when he's doing these things, he's on his game. And as you can see, he scored at the time, which was the go-ahead goal in the game against the Penguins, which the Panthers ended up winning in the shootout anyway. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as always, it's a great day for Florida Panthers hockey. Time to hunt.